Anne, welcome. First question, what are the themes that you focus on in your research?
I focus on higher order thinking skills and how people acquire those skills and how we can support the process of acquiring higher order thinking skills, such as critical thinking, hypothesis testing, self-assessment, learning to learn, all those higher order thinking skills.
But how do you learn this critical thinking?
Me personally, or the people that I study? Well, what we've seen is that up until now, most of the higher order thinking skills are acquired as a result or as a byproduct of expertise development in a certain domain. So they're not taught separately, but they're acquired throughout somebody's personal life. Quite recently, because there's so much attention for critical thinking skills, for higher order skills, we see that many courses are developed that focus specifically on these skills.
You say this critical thinking is not transferable across different domains.
I can give you an example. For example, if I have to find a specific malfunction in a system, the best way to go about it is to have a structured approach, formulate an hypothesis on what can be malfunctioning, and to think about how to test that hypothesis, and then do specific measurements to either verify or falsify that hypothesis. If it's falsified, develop the next hypothesis, and then go in a structured way find the malfunction in a system. For example, for me, if my washing machine would be broken down, there's no way I can formulate any hypotheses on what might be going on, because the only thing that I know about my washing machine is that I put the laundry in, I put the button, and after a while it comes out clean and wet. So to have a separate course on those higher order skills is, from my point of view, is quite useless, because you need some knowledge of the domain to actually be able to reason about that domain on a higher level.
So for a novice who doesn't have the knowledge of the underlying domain, it's not possible to reason on a higher level about this domain?
Well, what you often see is if people do have a vast amount of knowledge on a specific domain. Engineer working on complex systems, an aerospace engineer, you see that if he is very experienced, that he develops certain thinking skills that help him acquire skills and knowledge in a new domain even faster. So there is some type of transfer possible, but only if you have already a specific level of expertise in a certain domain. And I don't think that for a novice, when he is involved in a course on critical thinking, or if he's involved in a course on learning to learn, and you teach him some very general tricks, I don't think he will be able to transfer those skills to the course on the domain that he is taking. So I think that transfer is only possible when the skills are developed in parallel with domain-specific knowledge and skills.
Can you give me some real-world examples?
Use of simulators, of games, of very technological support tools. And the advantage of those support tools is that people can actually be acquiring knowledge, acquiring skills on their own without constant supervision of an instructor. But also, we're involved now within CellStack, we're involved in developing a new strategy for educational strategy for air traffic controllers. These people are going to have to adapt to new technologies. These people are going to have to adapt to a new way of operation. So they have to be made responsible for their own learning progress. It would be wonderful if those people could monitor their own progress, could diagnose their own skill level, and be able to decide on what other skills they need and how they can acquire them and when they can acquire them.
What will you be doing in, say, 2-3 years?
Well, one of the things that I want to do is that I want to get the message across that critical thinking skills or higher order thinking skills cannot be taught separate from a domain. I hope that everybody understands that by then. Then my mission will be accomplished, partly. Secondly, because I said those skills develop usually as a result of expertise development in a domain, I hope that I can find out what type of support we need to give novices to speed up the process of acquisition of higher order thinking skills. So teaching novices higher order thinking skills in a fast and efficient way, that would be my second goal.